YTPC, how are you? I trust that everybody has been well. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, and I hope your holiday season and your new year has been going well so far. It's been quite some time since I've made a video. I haven't checked my video feed of the videos that I've created to check the date of the last video that I made, but if it hasn't been over a year, I know it's been right at a year at least. And if I remember correctly, in my last video, I mentioned that I was dealing with some various things and going through the struggle, and as a result, I just kind of withdrew a little bit, just kind of started sticking to myself a little bit and kind of laying low, just dealing with those things the best way that I can. And just haven't really felt like putting myself out there a whole lot on social media. Haven't even really been very social in my personal life as much. About as social as I have been over the last year is on Saturdays. I hang out at my local brick and mortar cigar lounge and have a few cigars while I'm sitting out there, because along with pipes, I very much love cigars as well. But though I haven't been as sociable or present on social media, presenting or anything, I have been lurking quite a bit. As creepy as that may sound, I've been enjoying watching everybody's videos here in the YTPC. Discovered some really wonderful channels here lately. Trucking Piper, I believe, is one of them, is the name of his channel. And Carolina Rose, in the last few months, discovered her channel as well. And most recently discovered Wenzel's World, whom I've been binge watching some of his videos. He always has a wonderful story to tell, a good bit of insight, and has a fervor for the Lord, which I can truly appreciate. I love that he does not shy away from talking about his faith in Christ on his channel. I can admire that. And speaking of Carolina Rose, I'm not sure if you are subscribed to me or not, but if you happen to see this channel, I would like to thank you personally for one of your videos. And the reason for that is your video on McCraney's Pipe Shop in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have lived within driving distance, road trip distance of McCraney's Pipe Shop in Charlotte, North Carolina for most of my life. And in Charlotte, I've only been aware of Tinderbox Cigar Shop, where I have visited frequently, but never knew about McCraney's Pipe Shop until I seen your video where you gave a tour of it. And because of your video, within days of you putting that video out some time ago, I made a point to drive up to McCraney's and check it out, and was able to get a nice little stockpile, purchased quite a bit there. And the gentleman that runs the place is incredible, wonderful guy. So Carolina Rose, I just want to thank you for making that video, because without it, I may still not know about McCraney's, and I plan to go back very soon. I'm not sure what the future is going to look like for me and this channel. I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things and continue making videos for the YTPC. I very much enjoy making videos and being an active part of the community. A lot of it just depends on work, because I work a ton. A lot of it depends on, I hate using this phrase and everything because it's so sensational sometimes, or woe is me, or attention getting, but it does depend on mental health. That is something that I struggle with sometimes. So getting the motivation or the inspiration to put myself out there is sometimes a little bit of a struggle. I do tend to be more introverted and private, but it's something I do want to do, and maybe I'll just have to start forcing myself to do it even when I don't want to, because the return of being part of the YTPC and an active part of this community is greater than any desire to withdraw, if that makes any sense. Anyway, though it's been a year, and I said I haven't been very inspired, I was inspired to make a video today because of everything that's been going on lately. Without being sensational about it, I really don't want to be, but it seems in some ways we are facing a tobacco apocalypse. And that sounds very sensational. That sounds very reactionary. I realize that. That sounds overreacting. And maybe it is, but there's definitely something happening within various communities that are tobacco related. We all know that STG and MacBaron are going through some major changes. As of yesterday, I believe, an email was sent out indicating that a lot of STG and MacBaron are going down to 14 SKUs, 13, 14 SKUs, if I'm not mistaken, which is a dramatic drop-off from what they currently offer. I think it's a sad thing that this is happening. A lot of people within the pipe smoking community, both here online and those that are not on any type of social media, are going to be affected by this. And the thing we don't really realize is, as many of us that are here on YTPC and in various discords or online groups or pipe groups, that is a very small percentage of the greater pipe smoking community at large, because there are many, many, many pipe smokers who aren't part of any type of community, so these people are affected as well. It's hard to know how many people are really going to be affected by this. I think it's a good thing, however, that we still have companies like Cornell and Deal. Jeremy Reeves, the head blender there, seems to be a passionate guy about tobacco and his craft and his contributions to the community. And I hope that continues to be true. I know that smokingpipes.com, Cornell and Deal, and Low Country Pipe and Cigar, I believe it's called, the brick and mortar store, are all owned by Laudisi. Let's just hope that Laudisi will continue to also be passionate about their love for this community and for their craft moving forward, because it is quite obvious that Scandinavian Tobacco Group and MacBaron and such, those are, the parent company is a conglomerate of, big business and shareholders that are concerned with the quarterly reports and the income and the bottom dollar. It's all about business to them. There's no passion for their craft. There's no passion for the community or what they're offering. It is simply a business for profit, and that's all they've cared about. It's obvious that money is the driving force. And I realize that's true with any company to some degree, even Cornell and Deal, GLPs, Laudisi Smoking Pipes, whatever company it is in any genre, they have to care about their money. They have to care about business. But when that becomes your sole driving force, you become a ghost of yourself and you become a shell that is driven by greed. I long for the days which were probably before I was even born back in the 80s. But I long for the days when people had a passion for what they did, and a passion for their craft, and a love for what they were able to put out into the world. And money wasn't the sole driving force. But I believe to a large degree those days are long gone. And those that are still like that are few and far between. Not only with pipe tobacco, with Scandinavian Tobacco Group and Mac Baren, those of us that are Swedish snus users are being largely affected. I have been a snus user for well over 10 years at this point. And for those of you that might not be familiar with what Swedish snus is, this is just one example here. It is the brand is LD, but it is this one's a portion version. It is just a pasteurized pouch of Swedish tobacco that is meant to go in the upper lip. And it is a safer nicotine tobacco alternative to, say, smoking or chewing tobacco, American dip, etc. And I have been a lover of Swedish snus, like I said, for over 10 years. And over the last few months, I believe the parent company is PMI. Don't quote me on that, but PMI and Swedish Match, along with the FDA, have red listed various Swedish snus brands from being imported into the United States. So slowly but surely over the last few months, we've no longer been able to get a number of different brands imported into the US. And within the last couple of days, to add insult to injury, a lot of Swedish snus online websites that import into the United States have decided that they will no longer import any snus into the United States. Now, that's not a PMI or a Swedish Match or an FDA thing on that one. That is the individual website's decision, the best I understand it, that they just don't want to deal with it at all. So they're just not importing into the United States at all anymore. If I'm not mistaken, there's 2 or 3 websites that are still willing to import into the United States, but we'll see how that looks moving forward. But as somebody who has been a snus user for over 10 years, it is upsetting to think that I may no longer be able to get my snus anymore in the future. You know, I don't really dip American tobacco anymore. I don't chew like chewing tobacco anymore, because snus is so much safer. It is a cleaner tobacco source, if that makes any sense, because it is a reduced risk form of tobacco because of the pasteurization, and it's considered a food product and treated as such in Sweden. And because it goes in the upper lip and the way it's made, you know, there's no spit. You don't have to spit the way you do with chew or dip. So it's been my choice of nicotine delivery for a long time. And to think that I might not be able to have that in the future, it's upsetting. And this STG and Mac Baren thing, along with the snus thing, are happening right now simultaneously alongside of each other. And that's why I kind of said tobacco apocalypse, because so much bad is happening in the tobacco industry, the tobacco community right now. We're losing quite a bit. It's changing dramatically, and it's sad. I don't want to be sensational about it. I don't want to, be too upset about it, because in the end, these are luxury products. These are things that we spend what we would call expendable money on. They're not necessities for life, but they do bring joy to our lives. And I guess we're just going to have to see what the future holds with those things. I have made some very large snooze orders in the last few months when I started seeing this coming and the news started breaking that this was coming. So I've got quite a bit put away in my freezer. I've done some very large ordering with the various Mac Baren brands of tobacco that I like, just to put them away in my cellar and have them just in case, this really is as bad as it seems. So I'm prepared for a period of time, but we'll see how things go, I suppose. But obviously I'm not smoking a pipe in this video, but I do have some Cornell & Diehl Sun Bear Black Locust. I pulled out that jar and I've got a little bit drying here on my Cornell & Diehl little drying tray that I have. And I will be smoking it in my Nording freehand sitter. So my plan is to finish this video, put on a movie, kick back, relax a little bit, and enjoy a pipe. And I look forward to discussing with you guys about this subject. If you wish to comment down below, I'll be watching your videos, and Lord willing, I will be making videos again here in the near future. That is my goal. So with that, I just want to say Happy New Year, YTPC. Hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless.